You are now listening to the Prince Bailey Arena broadcast show.
Yes, people, welcome to the Prince Bailey Arena. Myself, Keishan Prince, and I've got Ryan Bailey here. He is the head of recruitment for the academy down at Burnley Football Club. I want to welcome here again, Ryan. How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. Just a correction. I don't want to mark current about my head off. I'm the lead London scout.
Oh,
About my
lead.
head.
I may be talking in the future, man, soon.
Yeah, hopefully, man. We never know what can happen. Obviously, you'll be coming with me, or I'll be going with you wherever we go with it.
Yeah,
Um,
trust me.
but
But
yeah, no. I think this is like just a catch up for no particular topic. But they say a week is a long time for
mm,
football,
yeah,
and yeah, a few things have been off. I've
hmm
got a few messages.
yeah,
There's like a few interesting things that have happened in which I give you guys to kind of to use or some tools that you can use. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. And let's go straight into it. I mean, today we're gonna be talking to you guys about maximizing this your how to maximize what's around you, what you've been given. You know, everybody's not going to be given the same sort of circumstances, but I've can concur from growing up in Wandsworth, you know, council, state, etc. And how do you
hmm
stay focused? How do you maximize what's around you? You got a cage in front of your area.
or
Um,
Woolly.
yeah, a
Mm.
wall. Like, I remember Dimitar Berbatov talking about how he's probably one of the guys who had the coldest first touch, and how he spoke about how he used to just have a wall and a ball, and that was it. You know what I mean? You don't need a personal trainer. You don't need to be spending 70, 80 pound on a trainer. Some of you just need
One
to
to
go out to play, yeah, one to one. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we're going to discuss today. Is how do you maximize what you've been given? And we would like you guys also to put a comment in whether it's on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, where you put it on. Just give a comment on what you are either going through, or any sort of advice that you're looking for in your particular area and circumstance. We were happy to potentially pick up on our next session before we start, the next monologue for that episode. But what do you think about this in terms of maximizing, whatever a player has been given around them or given to them? What do you think about that, Ryan?
yeah. Like I'm gonna start off with the most easiest thing.
Hmm
Well, some of us are privileged to have a smartphone.
My God.
Um, I will say this and I will stress: Google is your friend. The
Mm,
amount of messages I get asking for trials, guys, it's not happening. If you're not released from a Cat One club or at Arsenal or Chelsea, it's not happening.
hmm
But what I will say is a potential that can happen. There's an app called AI Scout. Early we use that. My head of recruitment has sent me um, basically a player that has got good numbers. He's an under 17, playing step five for Bulldog and Hertford Town, playing men's football. Um, the clips, I think he's played 29 games, 9 goals, 9 assists.
But 20,
Um, and the
29.
clips yeah, 29 games,
Mm-hmm,
9 goals, 9 assists,
mm-hmm.
under 17 playing men's football.
Wow.
Burnley have told me, Ryan, go and look at this boy. Now, the footage that I've got, like I say, using what you have. If your club has a VO or any clips, or even if you're gonna have to use your money to pay someone to record your games,
Mm-hmm.
get them to record the games, cut it, clip it, even pay them, get your highlights done.
Yeah.
This kid, I would say, I don't even say this very often, but this boy is special.
See?
Left foot, right foot. Um, he's a centre midfielder, cam, setting up moves from the goalkeeper. He's involved in every phase of play.
See.
Um, he tries things, tries shots from the halfway line, tries
Mm,
volleys, tries half volleys,
mm,
once over the box, passes around the corner. There's a clip where he's received the ball from the goalkeeper.
mm.
Like when you're playing out from the back, he's done a little 1-2. He's maybe by the end of the centre circle. He's looking up, keeps on looking up, pops it from the halfway line, chips the goalkeeper, scores.
See.
Um, he's utilizing that app, and with that app, he's utilizing the club's facilities to make himself noticed,
Yep.
and as well, he's tracking his progress. So,
Wow.
guys, the AI Scout app, we use that.
Okay.
A lot of the players, or I've got a big following. A lot of non-league players or young players have been DMing me,
Mm.
asking me opportunities. What can I do? What can I do? And I just tell them, Google your local team non-league trials.
Yep.
They've been doing. I've got one player who's actually playing for Tamworth now, first team and under 23s.
Okay.
Got another player in Birmingham. I forget the team based in Birmingham. I think it might be Solihull Moors.
Okay. Yep.
Might be that team, but he's tried him for there. He's going to sign a contract there.
Mm.
And this is like only like 2 players that have asked me, okay, what do I do? And I'll just say Google is your friend. So not to go on a tangent, but maximize what you have by using Google.
Mm.
Anything is on Google. I'm not saying use TikTok. I'm not saying use Instagram, but Google the clubs that are in your local area and look for opportunities.
Listen, I don't know how much times I'm gonna say it, and Ryan's talking about it as well. Footage is how you gonna get yourself noticed and in front of scouts or whatever it is. And a lot of players messaging me same thing, and the footage is either 2 years old, a year
Mm-hmm.
old, 3 years old, and it's just. And again, when I'm telling about footage, I'm always telling you guys how to break down footage. You got about 30 seconds. Excuse me. You got 30 seconds to show whoever's looking at your video footage whether they want to continue to watch the remainder 3 or 2. And again, the music. We should not be hearing no cussing, no swearing, no gunshots in the beginning, no none of that. None of that. Yeah? Yeah. One guy sent me a video of his footage, and the song was consuming the whole footage. The song took over. No, I didn't like the song, but it's just like it was irritating. I was just like, bro, you just need like something mellow or no sound, or just let the clips of you just of that video of the fans or whatever it is or the coaches, let it be there. I'd rather it be no sound than music. The
Mm-hmm.
first 30 seconds is important. Put your name, your age, your current club. Simple. Don't say your previous club. Don't put nothing about I was on trial for 2 months at Crystal Palace, then I was a month trial at Arsenal. And these times it's all development or them ones like foundation and all that stuff. No,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
not
no,
gonna work. It's not. It's not. And I'll say this as well. Listen,
no.
if you're coming to myself or you're coming to Kisham, we will find out.
Hi,
We will find out. So, for example, don't lie on the CV.
don't lie.
I'll give you example. There was a kid. He's been messaging me. He's a minor. He's under 15. I've said to him, obviously, safeguarding. I cannot speak to you. Get your mum to message me. The mum's messaged me. Said, yeah. Can you have a look at my son? I said, that's fine. Has he been in the academy previously? She said, yeah. He's been in uh, Cambridge, and he's been at Cambridge, and for example, let's say he's been at Doncaster, yeah.
Mm.
So I said, oh, why didn't he get signed? Oh, it was too far. Listen, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm well connected. I have connections. So I've contacted the head of recruitments of these clubs and
Mm.
asked if this player has been known to the club. They got back to me within 10 minutes. One of the clubs said, yeah, we know of him, but he's not for us. We've watched him once.
Mm.
We've watched him once, but he's
Mm.
not for us. The second club said he's never been in the building.
Aye.
I've got back to the mum. I've messaged the mum, said I've spoke to this club and that club. This is their feedback. Please give me the truth on the kid. The mum never got back to me
See?
because she knew she'd been rumbled.
Aye. My gosh. My gosh.
look, if you if you've been like, if a scout's looked at you and said, "Yeah, I think you're all right," that's not a trial. If you've
Yeah,
gone to the foundation, that's not a trial.
not
A
true.
trial is an email from the head of recruitment saying, "We want Joe Blogs to come into the club for 8 weeks. Can we have this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah."
hmm
And even if you wasn't successful at a trial, get a feedback or get a reference.
Mm.
It's better off to say that you've been on trial but you wasn't successful rather than that be your saving grace.
Boy, the lying in football is outrageous. I mean, I remember one time years ago when I was with my old company, and the one kid said he was at Brentford or yeah Brentford. Hi, this kid went at Brentford, and and this is another thing as well. On your profile, on your page on Instagram, don't have the team kit that you are playing
Yeah,
for. Yeah, say if it's
God.
Arsenal or whatever, and it's not. It's the foundation. This kid had everything. Had even tagged them in his had the at of the club on his bio.
Mm-hmm.
So everything looked like it was legit. This when I was first fresh in this whole football, helping players sort of a thing, and we went to bring them up to Peterborough. The manager, I think it was Sam. Is it Sam at Peterborough? Said we could have taken him off in the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
Said, and then obviously it's he explained to him and said to him, "Yo, like I didn't know like this kid." And he said, "Listen, because I like you, is the only reason why like obviously we keep in contact. But see, people like players like that will burn your bridges. You'll burn your bridges.
Mm,
But you went
mm,
down. We went
mm.
down with like I didn't personally go down there, but we went down there. He took like a couple of boys, and he was pants. And you know, he even came in there with a do rag. He come in there look like 50 Cent out of Get Rich or Die Trying. And how I was told that how he knew he flopped when the manager had to tell him take off have a do rag or AirPods, one of the things in the change room. And I'm thinking, bro, like what's your
Already.
already you just in the bad books already? And he said that yeah, after 5 minutes you could have just taken them off. And you know, I just like, and when we deeped it and found out it was for the doggone college program. It weren't no real Brentford, but we didn't have
Oh no.
the IQ, the wisdom to say, let's do some research. Nothing. We just got excited. Like, oh, okay, it's a Brentford
Mm,
player. This
mm.
weren't no Brentford player. He finessed us, got a trial at Peterborough, and he was poor, poor. We're not talking about no Peterborough Foundation. I don't even know if they have one, but official people went down the train ground, everything, and he flopped it, smoked it. So you guys now technology and with communication so advanced, you cannot even lie. Like,
You
and,
can't.
and there's too much people still trying to do it. You know what I mean? You're still trying to do it, and it's just not working out. And the parent they're doing it with that son, like, boy, boy, I don't know what to
But
say.
no, but that's what I mean. It's like, you see me. I don't mind you being honest because I know that it's basically a hard. It's basically it's a dream you're chasing. And everybody wants to get into it.
Mm,
Just don't lie. Just be
mm,
like, yeah, he's playing grassroots at the moment. I want an opportunity. I think he can make the step up. Even the footage I've seen,
mm.
and like you say about footage, guys. Look, if you had a dead game, you might as well just leave it out. Um, I will ask for a full game if I've got the time to watch it because I
Yeah.
because I need to see it. But
Mm-hmm.
from the clips I've seen, the kids doing maybe half the things good, but the end bit I want to see, like he might beat a player and then the pass he'll cut it out. So
Mm,
obviously that pass wasn't successful, or he might make a pass and then he might take a shot and cut it out and he's going to shoot, so it was a dead shoot.
yeah.
Like, look, you just got to highlight every part of your game. Well, I wouldn't even say that. I would just say you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a parent the other day, and she was like, "Oh, why can't?" Because obviously I've got my group and I send them certain pictures to the group, and
Mm,
if there's a kid of high ability, I will highlight the kid of high ability. I'll say there must be three boys of high ability.
mm,
And she was like, "Oh, why can't you specifically um, highlight my son?"
mm,
I said, "Well, if I look, I'll be not being bad. I just had to be real. I just said, look, if I highlight your boy and he doesn't perform like his team haven't been, them scouts are not going to come back."
simple.
She's like, yeah, well, he trains well. He trains well to the point where certain scouts and clubs no, certain players or coaches are saying, why are you not signed at an academy? But on match days, might have a bad match and I'm saying, well, what's more important? Like, i- is a scout gonna go and watch a training session, or is a scout gonna go and watch a match on a Sunday?
Mm.
Where do you want him to be more consistent? And I've just said, if that's the case, why don't you ask the coaches or the scouts, to get him an 6 week trial? And she didn't answer the question because she knows what the answer will be. Now, like, I would just say this, guys, you got to train how you're gonna play.
Yep.
I had a session the other day for under 16s, and I told them straight away, when we're here, you got to train like it's a match. Train that how you're gonna play. At
Mm.
the end of the session, the Maidstone scout was there, and a spotter was there. They didn't even know. They're at a showcase game playing today. Today's Thursday. They're playing today
Mm.
against another 22 boys that want an opportunity. There's a few clubs that are offering a scholarship. And that the only reason why they got looked at, the 5 boys out of the 16 I had on that day, is because they was training how they're gonna play on a Saturday.
Mm. The intensity is there. And that's another thing as well. There's no point in doing 3 4 hours, 6 hour session, 3 hour session if the intensity is dead. You know what I mean? Number one thing is you gotta make sure that the training sessions that you're doing, and again, if you guys can have one-to-one coaches, that's fine. But you need to be able to say to your one-to-one coach who's doing any session for you guys to make it as game realistic as possible. So that means if you're a
Mm-hmm.
winger, you should be working on uh,
Beat the
beating a
man.
man on the outside, getting low crosses, high crosses, whip crosses, driven crosses, cutbacks. So that I've just mentioned about what 5 different types of crosses. You should be then working on going to the byline and doing a cross turn to turn back. So say that
Mm-hmm.
fullback has blocked off that lane. I see boys not efficiently not able to do a cross turn or a stop and turn or a chop back. That's a skill. I remember Oxlade Chamberlain said that when he was young, when he was at
Oh yeah,
Southampton. Remember that his
sure.
dad used to work on him turning. People don't understand when you're turning like agility at the highest level. There's very few minimum like mistakes. Like if you're slow or not efficient in that technique, you will get clamped as a winger. And I think the best wingers I know of all time, those ones that are very, efficient, they have that great ability to turn. So you need to be able to do that. Number two, you need to be working on either cutting inside and shooting, bouncing inside with your one-to-one coach going on the outside or going long to come short, movement off the ball. Like these are so much match-related stuff that if you can do that
Mm-hmm.
at match pace, the time when you go to a game, you're like, bro, I've been in this
Man,
situation a thousand
it's
times
smooth.
before.
Yeah, it's smooth.
You know
I
what I mean?
remember watching what's his name, Perisic
Okay, yeah,
against Van, and he made Van Dijk deliver
yeah.
from just a big turn, running on the outside, caught him off balance,
Yep.
came inside, like cut inside, and he was in.
Mm,
You guys really don't well, you underestimate the simplicity
yep.
of a chop or one step over and push.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everybody wants to come inside, cut inside.
Yep.
I rarely see a winger give his fullback hell.
It's done now. You ain't getting that no more, man. That done. That Jogo Bonilla era is not happening, man.
I beat my fullback 5 times out of 7.
That ain't
Cutting
happening.
inside is not beating your fullback. Beat him on the outside and whip it in.
Come
If
on,
you whip it
somebody.
in,
Mm-hmm.
you know you've done your job, because if the striker's not running in, you can cuss the striker. You've got leverage.
Bro, I think Jerry Lawrence was talking about the same thing I see his post the other day, and he's spot on. I even spoke to a few players, or speak to a few. I'll do some sessions with some pro players, and I speak to their fullbacks, and a few of them are fullbacks, to be fair. And I said to him, "When's the last time you actually got like when someone gave you like hell?" Like I saw a podcast or a story that Jamie just posted when he had to mark Thierry Henry. He came off, then Overmars came on, and he said the
Mm-hmm.
first thing Thierry Henry did was push the ball around him, and he just said from then he knew it was going to be a long day. And
Mm-hmm.
when is the last time we've seen a player in the Premier League at the top go on that outside like consistently? And I said, for
Mm-hmm.
me, the one that gave players, I think that was probably very successful in take-ons, not there in the Premier League, was Wilfred Zaha. Wilfred Zaha his take-ons was
Yeah.
very high, even in Europe. Like I'm just looking at it
Mm-hmm.
now in terms of the top most completed, top five most take-ons completed in 22-23 season. That's last season. Number one, would you believe it, was Vinicius Junior.
Wow.
Second one was Messi with 102. Doku before he went to
Yeah, Doku.
City.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
Doku said that's his job to beat his fullback over and over again.
It's true. Facts. No, bro, facts. Now listen, but it's not happening. And when I spoke to the players, I said, "When's the last time a winger actually took you on and roast you?" He said, "You know what, Prince? You're right. Uh, it's so true because now, because I said to them, all you got to do is defend the space. Because most wingers, when they get the wing ball on the outside, yeah, like you know how Arsenal they tuck in inverted and they play outside. All you got to do is literally
Mm-hmm.
mark the space and watch the half space behind you if there's a runner. And if you block that off or get your eight to drop in and to fill that hole, they're not trying to take you on to the byline no more. They're not doing it. Like they're not gonna go down there little. They're not doing it. They're not doing it no more. So, as you said before, take-ons are when you beat the man on the outside. The inside don't count. Don't count. No, no,
For
no.
me,
Yeah, for me
a
as well.
coach can be me. Nah. Um, and another player that was good at that was Aaron Lennon.
Oh, yeah. Hey, be careful. I see Aaron Lennon. People need to respect Aaron Lennon. Listen, Aaron Lennon, the little short dribbles, he was going at it. And he said it that he used to love playing against the big boys because he said that when he used to play against people that was Evra and them and they're United and stuff, he said that he knew, like, I can't remember exactly what his word for word was that he said, but he said that, like, when you play against the big guys, it's like they don't train themselves to kind of get
Mm-hmm.
in those situations. So he used to always go at them. And if you look at his clips, Aaron Lennon, he was very efficient in those big
Mm-hmm.
games. Very efficient. Like he called Arsenal problems, man. That guy, man, on the outside. Look at Gareth Bale. She people need to
Yeah, I
behave,
mean,
man.
look, he ran off the pitch. Obafemi Martins off the pitch to get an outside. Like you can utilize the pitch, utilize the space. I
Bro.
think in that interview I watched with Aaron Lennon,
Mm,
he said all he cared about was beating his man and just cutting it back, or beating his man and crossing it, because my job is done then. I think a lot of the wingers now, they have a lot of responsibility. They think they have to cut
mm.
inside and score. And look, if you played in my system, I don't really play with wingers here where I play with wing backs, but you understand, just get the ball in the box, please.
You're getting the ball in the box. Anyhow, like beat your man on the outside. That's what I loved about Douglas Costa when he was in his
Mm-hmm.
prime. Iron Robin. Imagine Iron Robin is left-footed, but he's still trying to get to go on a man and he's outside with his right foot. And we know his right foot is that's like a standing leg, but he would try and get a man on the outside. Then wingers like him, like it's very rare. Ribery, Saka, I would love him to do that more to beat a man on the outside.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very rarely.
very
Even
rarely.
stand it up. Even
Mm,
just stand it up. Just
stand
stand
it
it
up.
up.
Because
But that will come with practice, guys. You have to practice.
yeah, take away the fear as well. Fear of failure. It's okay to like as a winger, your job is to take on your job as a winger is to take on number one and two. You're going to have a 50-50 success rate of failure and
Mm-hmm.
success. And so I tell wingers, especially when I do a lot of psychology with them, is you have to overcome the the knowledge of what if I fail? What if like listen, you're going to fail. The question is, can you accept that when it happens? Is your confidence going to drop?
Oh,
You
see
have to,
now. So we could talk. Sorry, go on, sir.
go,
To cut
go.
you. No, so we could talk about like a failure story
Mm,
that's recently happened. So I've got a young player. Uh, he's a left-sided player. He could play left centre back, left wing back, left winger.
mm,
Which obviously he always get a look in. He's got a good physical stature. The under 16, he can play against men, no problem. He was in at Ipswich. He was unsuccessful. Um, the West Ham called me and they wanted to bring him in for a 6 weeks trial.
Mm.
Brought him in under 16, very young age. They let go their releases. Brought him in. The one thing that was blocking him was his school.
Okay.
They wasn't giving him the time off. Now, I am not advocating you play truant or anything like that. If you're under 16 and you've given an opportunity to have a trial, I don't know what you're gonna do. You might have to say you got COVID. You might have to talk to your mum and tell her this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, but you've got to get there by hook or by crook. And I'm not advocating you play truant. If you've got to talk to the school, talk to the school. But just understand that that age is a very
Rare.
rare opportunity to get. Um, so this is what happened on his trial. The school was not releasing him. I think he attended the trial late a few times. 3 weeks into his trial, he wasn't granted um, just the place. Yeah, he wasn't given the place. Um, but what he done, obviously, he was a bit upset. But I spoke to the father, to the mother, and I told them, look, he's been at Ipswich, he's been at West Ham. He's just got to take stock from these experiences. The player that I'm going to go and look at from AI Scout has been on trial at about 7 clubs, top clubs. But he's playing step 5 and he's producing results. If you don't get in your trial, your academy, have your day, have your 2 days of, oh man, what could have been. But I hope that you're training. Like, I hope that you're using that negative energy inside you and transforming it into something positive. The day that he got released or got let go from West Ham, he was in the gym. He was working hard. I brought him into the showcase game today, and I'm going to speak to maybe a few other clubs about it. It might not happen, it might happen, but you've just got to take the experience of being around those clubs and those elite young players that want the same dream as you and try to, go forth with that information, that knowledge. And like I say, if it's not happening right now for under 16s, please Google your local men's team and train with them.
Train. Listen, guys. This week. We're talking about maximizing the tools around you. Recap. You got Google as your friend. Like, there's so much ways like for you to get trials today. It's just so easy, especially at non-league. Um, like, players ask me all the time, and as Ryan says, Google is your friend. You'll be working hard. Number one, CV. Make sure if you're going to use the app as well as the AI Scout as well to use that to upload footage, and make sure the footage that you're uploading, again, you got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. It's a quick, your name, standstill, screenshots, your name, whatever, with your picture of your name, date of birth, we don't really put your date of birth, you can put your age, current club, that's it. 30 seconds to show what you got, your best. So if your speed, you got 30 seconds, show your speed. If you're a winger, show them you're beating your man. Show your strength. Show your strength. And then you can mix it up. It could be 30 seconds of you crossing, 30 seconds of you doing combination passes, 30 seconds of you tracking back, 30 seconds of you shooting, 30 seconds of you probably applauding your teammates from the sideline or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you just mix it up. And in that way, the scout can say, oh, he's got a good, I like his finishing, or he can combine well. He'll be really good with our other right back, Leroy, actually. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm trying to say. If you just show one part of you just beating a man, but they probably don't want that. They probably want a winger that can combine with their fullback. So yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, think of it like, I don't know if you play video games, but think of it if you're going to buy a video game and you're going to review the game before you buy it.
Yeah.
You want to know every component of this game before you put your money towards this game.
Straight up.
That coach or a manager, they want to see every part of this player's game before they actually say, okay, want to invest some time or money into the player. At the end of the day, guys, it's a business, isn't it?
Business. Yep. Straight up. So welcome today. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Hope you guys are learning. Make sure you comment in the section below what you've learned and any questions you may have. And we should be soon on our way to inviting live calls where you guys can actually come in and speak with us. That would be good. I'm looking forward to that. And yes, keep learning, keep grafting.